Hello, fellow Ghanaians. I've come to you today to discuss the ongoing, simmering tribal tensions in the country. I've chanced on a number of social media commentary and some commentary from news media platforms as well, which I find rather very unfortunate because I would deem those comments as hateful speech. I believe this is very divisive and it creates divisions and disunity amongst the people. It's rather very unfortunate that the law is being broken with impunity. And frankly, I don't see anything being done about it. I feel that something needs to be done rather very urgently to bring the culprits to book. Any comments which can be deemed as insightful to incite one tribe against the other is not healthy for nation building. The Constitution of the Republic of Ghana, I believe, is the supreme law of the land. What does the Constitution say with regards to tribes? I mean, does it say anything that one tribe is more superior than the other? Does the Constitution say that one king or some kings are more superior than the other? As far as I'm a Christian, by the way, as far as the Almighty God or our Almighty God is concerned, no human being is superior than the other. We are all equal in the eyes of God. Okay? By designation, somebody can be deemed as having a more important, role in life, maybe through public service, political governance, traditional leadership, um, religious leadership, and so on and so forth. Yes, and those people are supposed to lead exemplary lives because they lead people. Okay, in other words, lead by example. I personally believe in servant leadership. Yeah, being humble. Okay, it's high time that the police administration takes firm and decisive action and bring the culprits to book. So I am using this medium to call on the Inspector General of Police to act urgently to rein in this insightful, you know, speeches where they're inciting people, threatening behaviors. There's all sorts of things that are happening. Some in Ghana, some abroad, and people can just get up and say anything and do anything, get away with it. That is not right. It needs to be stopped as a matter of urgency. We've seen what happened in Rwanda, where tribal incitements led to a major carnage. Okay, Ghana hitherto has been a rather very peaceful country indeed. It's one of the countries that is uh, celebrated, you know, as having one of the best democracies and so on and so forth. Where there's peaceful transition of power, from one to the other, and it's commendable to see that. Let's preserve what we have. Hitherto, I've seen that the standards in the society has started to go downhill, which is very sad, especially from the younger generation. And this must stop. This must stop. It's not right for someone or some people from some tribes, making, deliberate, engaging in acts that can be deemed as deliberate acts of provocation, you know. Um, that should not also be coming from the traditional leaders. Um, there's all sorts of filth, you know, going around. It's very sad. Even if I say standards are falling, I've seen people using, God's name to create wealth, and they're getting away with it. Again, I use Rwanda because I've seen that they've closed down about, I think it's about 5,000 churches where things were happening that should not have happened. You know, the thing is, I'm also calling on the President of the Republic of Ghana and his various ministers who are, if I don't know whether it's a minister responsible for religious affairs or, a minister responsible for culture and, chieftains. I don't know, some steps must be taken to correct the wrongs before it gets out of hand. So, uh, the IGP, the president, of the Republic of Ghana, I'm calling on you to take firm and decisive action, okay, against irresponsible social media commentary, against irresponsible, broadcasting from, media houses. I believe it, the National Media Commission is mandated to regulate the conduct of such houses. Um, the licensing procedure requires them to uphold certain values, and if they're not upholding it, take drastic action. Hold the people responsible for their actions, make them accountable. Whatever punitive measures that have been placed at your disposal, use them. We need to see a strong enforcement regime. Okay, you know, I believe that the institutions are taxpayer funded, and therefore, the officers in place must be doing their work. Okay, call the social media uh, people to order, take actions. We need to see a firm, or an enhanced regulation of the social media space. Okay. Hate speech should not be accepted in our society, it has no place in our society. Okay. We are a humble people, very God fearing, okay, and very peaceful by nature. So we shouldn't allow, the majority of Ghanaians are, that way. They are very humble and very God fearing and very peaceful. But we shouldn't allow the minority few, to cause mayhem in our country. In every society, you're going to find people who are, they, they'll be an asset to the society to add value to the growth and development of the country. You have those who are liabilities, who would want to create chaos, cause harm, things that does not add value to the growth and development of the nation. Okay, so these people must be brought to book as a matter of urgency. I'm calling on the IGP and the president to take whatever steps, and the president and his various ministers take whatever steps that is necessary to sensitize, the people with regards to what's going on, and take whatever drastic actions that are necessary to bring sanity to the social media space. This is rather very urgent. It needs to be done sooner rather than later. Okay. Thank you all for listening, and if you like, my content, please, like, subscribe, and share. And you're welcome to, offer whatever alternative comments that you have. If you agree with me, fine. If you don't, please feel free, and disagree, but do so respectfully, because knowledge does not reside in the head of one person. We're all together, we're all on board in nation building. I believe that we owe it to our children to ensure that we're setting the right standards, the right values, and ensuring that we're preserving the country in a way that, and managing our resources